In this demo, we're going to create a live crypto price dashboard using QuestDB as a data source. QuestDB is an open source time series database with high performance ingestion and SQL analytics. It's particularly specialized for time series analysis. In our final dashboard, we're going to have two tables and a time series chart. The one table will show the latest prices with the staggered 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15-minute lag. The bottom will show our trades, and in the top right, the time series graph will show the bid and ask with the trades as either triangle or circle symbols, depending whether they're my trade or someone else's trades. In fact, you should be able to see the same example on our live demo if you go to try Pulse now, and it will be listed as CoinQuest. So this is the live ticking version. That will be the exact same as the one we create here. In this walkthrough, I will first create a new QuestDB database. I will then add the connection to QuestDB inside Pulse. I will populate the data, and then I will begin to create the charts and tables that you've seen previously. To create a QuestDB database, go to the QuestDB website, download QuestDB, and simply run questdb.exe. You will end up with a screen that looks like this. For setup, that's us complete. The really nice thing about QuestDB is we don't need to create a schema. If we start sending data to QuestDB, it automatically creates a schema based on the tables that you send. Okay, so now you want to download Pulse, install and run it. Similar to QuestDB, it will open, it will start a terminal, and it will launch a UI on the given hosting port that it specifies. You can then open that in your browser and add the connection. Click Connections, add data connection. So QuestDB includes a number of APIs, InfluxDB Line Protocol, a REST API, and is also Postgres wire compatible, so I can use the Postgres SQL driver. And then I have to supply the QuestDB login details. So it'd be port 8812, database QDB, username admin, password quest, and we will save this under the name QuestDB. Test, connected fine, add, and I now have a connection within Pulse. If I go to the editor, I can select the QuestDB connection, and I can run a command like show tables. And if I look at the list of tables, I can see that it's found the tables within QuestDB, and you may also see it in the server tree. Now we need to begin populating the tables. We've created a Java feed handler that will connect to exchanges using these various APIs, take that data and forward it to QuestDB. You can download the jar from here, and as long as you have Java installed, you can run java-jar crypto feed, and it will connect to the 3 or 4 exchanges, take the data, and forward it to QuestDB. The little O's and T's are actual sending statements. So O for orders, T for trades, and the dots are in between is when some data was received, but we didn't consider it significant enough to forward to QuestDB. And that should now begin to send data to the database. Similar to what's shown here. If you're interested, on the tutorial, it lists the Java loop for how you would populate data into the database from Java. Okay, so I've downloaded QuestDB, ran it, began populating the database, downloaded Pulse. I can now add my dashboard, and I can add, at the top I have a component bar that I can select various components. If I select table and then click there, on the right hand side I can begin to edit the data source and the query. Okay, so we have QuestDB installed and running. We're populating with data. We have Pulse running, and we can now create our dashboard. So I click Add Dashboard. At the top, we have a component bar to add new components. I want a table. I click, and on the right will appear an editor. I make sure that QuestDB is selected. I go back, find the query that I want from the tutorial and update it. And the trade table will now populate into a table. Very quickly, I can add some formatting. And let's call it trades. Save. That was our trade table. Next, I would like to add a chart. And I'm trying to create this trade and quote chart. I'm going to take the bid and ask from the order table, and then I'm going to join it to my trades and to the trades of other people in the market. The details are in the tutorial. So again, I want to add a time series chart, so I go to the component bar, click time series, click it, the editor will appear on the right, make sure QuestDB is selected, populate it with my query, set the refresh rate that I want, and save the query. And you can see straight away it plots my chart. So far that's nice, and QuestDB has been really fast, but we haven't really taken full advantage of the time series database. The next table that I want to plot, I want to show for each crypto coin, the latest price, the price 1 minute previously, and the price 5 minutes previously to show the changes in price to see if it's going up or down over that time range. QuestDB has a very cool feature called latest on that lets me select that movement and change over time. So I'm going to do 3 selects to get the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute lagged change in price by looking at the timestamp that far back, but to find the latest within that. So again, I take the query, I want a table, I paste the query in, save it, and very quickly I can get a price of all the Bitcoin prices and their recent movement. You can see here that I'm generating some HTML to get the little icon, and for the changes in background, I'm setting the foreground and background color using Pulse's row-specific coloring. Well done. We have now created our crypto dashboard. Other than the installation, I think the actual creation of the charts maybe took 2 minutes. I found QuestDB great to work with. It's small, simple, fast, quite similar to KDB in that regard. You download a very small exe, just run it. I love the auto creation of tables and the time series based joins. I did hit a few niggles, and I went onto the QuestDB Slack channel. The team members there were extremely helpful, answered my queries. In some cases it was just my lack of knowledge, and the development seems to be moving really fast. We have added it to our top list of time series databases to look at, and it's definitely worth keeping an eye on it for future because it is progressing fast. Thanks for watching the demo. Hopefully this is something you'll find useful. Download Pulse, give it a try, send us your feedback. We're always happy to hear from users. Thanks.